Welcome to the Insurance 101 call. This is all basic sales training for life insurance. And this is where you come to learn how to sell life insurance, learn the 6-step process, and get better at selling life insurance. Get up to $20,000 annual premium per month, and then you can just soar from there. It just gets better and better from there. First, before we go anywhere, I want to share my screen. You guys have heard this before, but I'm going to share my screen and show you something. You guys see my screen? Yeah? Okay. Do you know what screen this is? Do you know what website this is? FFL convention is literally less than 90 days away. Less than 3 months away. You have got to be there. Go to this website, fflconvention.com, click this button, register. Then it's going to take you here. And then you're going to register here, put your name in there, register. And then if you have someone you're bringing, do the same thing again. We got less than 90 days to get there. Here's the speaker. This is right where it's at, right here. Here's your location map. This is the convention center. This is the map of where it's going to be. Okay. Here's all the speakers that are going to be here. David Goggins. This dude is a killer when it comes to fitness. This guy used to weigh 300 pounds and he wanted to be a Navy SEAL. And he went to go be a Navy SEAL at 300 pounds. And they're like, dude, I don't know what you're thinking, but you can't be a Navy SEAL because you got to lose a bunch of weight. Well, how much weight do I need to lose? 130 pounds, and you got 90 days to do it. So guess what he did? He went and lost 130 pounds in 90 days. And he went and became a Navy SEAL. Okay. So Dave Anderson, dude's a motivational speaker, one of the best I've ever heard. You're going to get a lot of nuggets from David Anderson. Pastor Matthew Barnett, he is part of the group in California that FFL donates to, the charity. He runs a big house out there. I can't remember the name of the house, but it is, the guy's funny. The guy cracks you up. It'll make you cry. He's a tearjerker. Sean Mike, you get on his bad side, he'll make you cry. Everybody knows who he is. Barbara Corcoran, she's a business owner, just like every single one of you guys. You're going to pull a lot of nuggets for her because she's going to tell you what to do with your money when you make a lot of money, right? Shannon Sharp played for the Denver Broncos. Cool guy. Alex Morton, I'm not sure who he is, but it says right there, he's a self-made millionaire. So I'm sure, and he looks pretty young, so I'm sure he's got a lot of tips and tricks. The point is I went to last year's FFL convention. Let me tell you this. I've been in real estate prior to this for a long time. When we go to conventions in real estate, we have to pay for them. And they can be $2,500, they could be $7,000, they could be $10,000. And guess what? We pay for them because we want to learn, pick up nuggets from real estate or for real estate, right? So we can learn how to invest in houses, how to flip them, how to do creative financing. Here, you're going to learn all the stuff that has to deal with insurance. You can meet the carriers. You can get one-on-one advice with the carriers. But guess what, man? It's free. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything except for the ride down and the hotel, right? And if you find some buddies, you can bunk up with some rooms or take a spouse down there with you. It's free. I'm telling you, it's going to be one of the best times you're ever going to have, and you're never going to regret going to it when you come back. If you don't go, you are going to regret it because you're going to be asking questions. They always announce new stuff down there. The carriers get up on stage, they announce new stuff, and then you're going to come back, and if you don't go, you're going to be asking questions. So that's all I got to say about that. I just wanted to plug the FFL convention real quick. because it needs to be plugged. We're less than 90 days away. Get your plane tickets now, start saving money, put some money away. I mean, you don't really need that much to go down there. It doesn't really cost that much for a plane ticket, especially if you buy it so far out, right? And then you just need food and room and board, right? So start saving now. Get your butt there, okay? What I want to talk to you about today is how to become a top producer. Okay, there's three main things that you need to focus on as a new agent to become a top producer. Okay, what is a top producer? Well, in FFL, a top producer is someone who hits Hall of Fame, right? Now, the first thing you're going to do is set goals, okay, for yourself. That's the first step. Set goals and then work your goals. Now, for me, what I did was I started at the beginning of 2022. I just had got my license on the 1st of January in 2022, but I had to wait for all my writing numbers to come through. I had to apply for my license. So that took a while. I sold my first policy. I sold one policy at the end of February. So my first full month was in March. I had 10 months. My goal was to hit Hall of Fame. So I had to go through this learning curve, right? Same learning curve you guys all went through. 90 days of drinking water from the fire hose. Or 90 days of walking over hot coals. I got to learn the policies, got to learn which carriers are going to do what. I got to learn how to sell it, right? I got to learn how to book appointments just like you guys did. But my goal was I want to hit 400,000 in 10 months, okay? That was going to hit me at Hall of Fame. And obviously I did it, but here's the reality. We got 2.5 months, or no, 2 months left in this year. A great goal for you guys, everybody can hit this goal. Everybody can hit Hall of Fame. It's really not that hard because here, let me break it down for you. 400,000 is $33,333 a month, okay? Which breaks down to $7,692 a week. That's it. Not even 10 grand a week. And based off of a 5-day week, not 7, not 6, but just 5 days, that's a premium of $1,539 a day for 5 days a week for 52 weeks. You do that, and you're a Hall of Fame producer. You will always be a Hall of Fame producer for the rest of your life, and you're going to have one of those, and you're going to be recognized throughout FFL as a Hall of Fame producer. But that's not the important part. The important part is how many families you protected and how much money you got in your pocket to protect your own family from doing that, okay? So the first step is to set some goals, right? That's a really good goal to set. It's my goal. Obviously, I want to hit Hall of Fame every year, but I have other goals than that now. But my first year, all I wanted to do was hit Hall of Fame. Okay, your goals may be a little bit different. Maybe you want to hit 500,000. Maybe you want to hit 800,000. Obviously, those numbers change. But that's what you need to do is set your goal and chunk it down. Chunk it down per month, right? 33,000 a month. Then chunk it down per week. $7,692 per week. Then chunk it down per day on a 5-day work week. Why 5 days? Because that way, if you're behind, you can work Saturday to catch up, okay? $1,539 a day. Now, obviously, that's going to be different if you guys have a different goal, okay? But that's the way you need to look at it is chunk it down. Keep a spreadsheet. Figure out how to make a spreadsheet if you don't know how to do it. Learn how to do it, right? So that's a good goal right there. Set your goals. Number 2 thing that you need to do in order to be a top producer, you have to learn. Simple as that. Learn. As a new person, as a person just getting into business, you have got to learn. Be a sponge. Be on every call that you possibly can. Obviously, you got to make money too, but schedule it out, right? Schedule all of that stuff out, okay? That's the next one. Create a strong, tough schedule and work the schedule, Okay. If you say you're going to work 9 to 1, you're going to take an hour break and you're going to come back from 2 to 5, eat dinner with your family, start working at 5:30 till 9 o'clock. Guess what? That's what you got to do. Because there's no boss anymore. You work a 9 to 5 job, they have a boss, you have a boss. But guess what? That manager that you had at the 9 to 5 job, he's gone. You already fired him. Why? Because you're stepping up in the world. Now you're your own business owner, and now that boss is you. If you decide that you want to work 9 to 1, you got to do it. You can't have any distractions. Put your phone on focus. If you're going to set appointments from 9 to 1, put your phone on focus. Don't answer the phone. Guess what? Those messages are going to be there. If it's really, really, really important and an emergency, they're going to call 2 or 3 times and it'll come through, right? But here's the reality. If you don't do that and you become like a squirrel trying to figure out where's your nut every single time, guess what? You're going to find your nut. And guess what? It's not going to be helping families. Okay. So you have to focus, set a good, strong, strict schedule, and be your own boss and be responsible for yourself. Okay. Here's the next thing you got to do under your schedule. Okay. Be strict about it. Okay. You're going to have to sacrifice. Okay. What I mean by that is, for me, let me kind of slow down a little bit here. For me, when I got into this business, I told myself, if I want to work 5 years really hard, and am I going to have to sell life insurance after that? Possibly, maybe. But I'm going to be doing it because I want to, not because I have to, right? Build that legacy for your family. Sacrifice the time right now. You know, if you want to work nights right now to get that extra time in, to get those extra sales, to recruit extra time, do it. Because in 5 years is going to come anyways. I'm 48 years old. 5 years, I'm going to be 53. How old are you going to be? In 10 years, I'm going to be 58. What are you going to be? What's your life going to look like when you're 50 or when you're 10 years older? Right? So you have to set your goals, work your schedule, because in the long run, it's only going to help you. Here's another reason why you need to set your schedule and work it. When you have things on your schedule, like let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say you're working, you want to work from 9 to 1, you're going to dial and you're going to set appointments, okay? You're going to take a break, okay? 2 o'clock, you're going to come back, and let's say you're going to work on social media posts. So you do that for an hour, put that in your schedule. The next thing that you're going to do come 3 o'clock is you're going to learn some strategies about how to sell life insurance. So maybe you're going to watch some YouTube videos. You put that in there for an hour, okay? You're basically structuring your day a week ahead of time. You could take a half an hour on Sunday and do it, or do a half an hour on Monday and structure your whole week out. Now, nothing's going to be perfect, right? Things are going to change, but make sure you have that in your schedule, put it on your calendar. And then what happens is, because you're going to find out that you're going to get a lot more stuff done. Because what happens is during that time that you are going to work on that specific thing, right? You're not focused about anything else. You're not even thinking about what you're going to do next, because you already know what you're going to do next. And guess what? Your calendar will alert you. And it'll say, okay, I got 10 minutes until I'm going to go work on learning, watching videos to learn about how to sell, final expense, right? If it's in the schedule, you're not going to have to worry about it. You're not going to have to think about what you're going to do next. It's just already there, right? So set your schedule with the things that you're going to do, and then work the schedule, okay? Learning, back to learning. Read books, work out, get physically fit, and get spiritually fit, right? Whether that's God for you or the universe, whatever that is, do it. Here's my schedule. In the morning, I'm up at 6 o'clock every single morning. Okay. My son is 12 years old. I wake him up. We eat breakfast together. We sit down and we read our scriptures for about a half an hour. Then I take him to school. I go to the gym and I work out. I may not look like it, but I do. And then while I'm at the gym, I'm listening to something that is going to get my mind to think, to get my mind inspired, something new. Maybe it's about IULs. Maybe it's about annuities. Maybe it's a training on how to set more appointments. How does, this team set appointments for telesales? All you have to do is get on YouTube and say FFL telesales, FFL one call close, FFL, whatever. You can find training videos all over the place. Okay. So if you work out and listen to something while you're working out, you're killing two birds with one stone. Right? And if you get your spiritual stuff out of the way in the morning, you're also going to set your day right for the rest of the day. I mean, it's like water off a duck's back when you do that. Okay. You got your workout in, you got your mental workout in, you got your spiritual workout in, and you're ready to go. Then when you come back home or you get done working out, you take your shower, all the hard stuff is out of the way. Now you can focus on getting down to work. But here's the reality. Your physicality also affects your brain. Okay. If you have stinking thinking, you might want to go work out. Because really that's what it is, right? And workout is mental, workout is physical, it's all connected. Okay. So we don't want stinking thinking. We want to make sure our mind is right every single day. The better you get at it, the stronger habits you build, the better lifestyle you're going to build, right? So what else do I got here? Read books. Okay, I'm going to give you some books to write down, books that I've just read over the past couple of months here. They're fantastic books. It'll help you get your mind right. They're very interesting. They're all highly rated on Amazon. So the first one's called 10x is easier than 2x. 10x is easier than 2x. Great book. The next one's called The Psychology of Money. Psychology of Money. The next one is a simple one, but it's a staple. Everybody's heard about it. And if you haven't read it yet, you should do it because all of the successful people in the world have already read it, called Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. Those principles are timeless. The next one's called
You said Think and Grow Rich?
Think and Grow Rich.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Think and Grow Rich. The next one's called Extreme Ownership. Extreme Ownership. And then the last one is called Never Finished. And that one's by David Goggins, who you're going to meet in Dallas. And I'm going to just warn you, there's a lot of F-bombs in there. He don't care. He don't care. Okay. I talked about watching videos. Okay. The next thing you got to do to become a top producer is get really, really, really good at setting appointments. This is still under the learning topic, right? Learn to set good appointments, quality appointments. If you're not setting good appointments, you should be listening to other people who are setting good appointments. There's tons of YouTube videos on how to set good quality appointments. Does everybody do it the same way? Nope. I do it different than Drake does it. I do it different than Nacho does it. Then the Bearded Broker does it. Dan, right? Then Hylam does it, right? Everybody does it a little bit different, but can you be successful? Yes. I set my appointments different than Jamie Cheerio does. I set my appointments different than Josh Lockhart does. But we all have the same concept, right? We're all persistent, which is the number one key. Write this down. Persistency will get you there. Consistency will keep you there. Because that's the truth. You have to be persistent. Then when you create those habits, now you have to stay consistent. Okay, so set good quality appointments. If you're not setting enough appointments, you got to learn how to set good quality appointments. Okay, the next step is, what do you think the next step is? Run good quality appointments, right? How do you run good quality appointments? Well, practice. The more appointments you have, the more practice you have, right? If you don't know how to do it, get on YouTube and type in FFL in-home, FFL telesales, how to run an appointment. Just type in keywords. Here's the thing, man, FFL, all of our training is free. In fact, it's so free that they put it out there to the public. Everybody loves it. Anybody, even from another IMO, another insurance company, can get all of our training. When all those other companies are charging for training, all of ours is free. All of mine are on YouTube. All of these are all on YouTube. You can go to this right here, The Real Sean Simpson. Just Google it, The Real Sean Simpson, and my YouTube page pops up. And so do all of these trainings. So you can go all the way back to the first ones and learn about all the sales processes. Get all the nuggets, right? Okay, so that's the next step. Run good quality appointments, okay? Then here's the biggest thing that people are too ashamed to do, or they're too scared. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. The more you ask for help, the faster you're going to succeed. And I'm going to tell you, this guy right here, Drake the broker, that dude asked for help. When he first started, all he was doing was asking for help all the time. He didn't care if it was a dumb question or a wrong question. There was no issue about that. He was asking for help. He was asking me. He was asking Josh. He didn't even know us, right? He was asking Grady. He's talking to some guy in New York right now, teaching him how to do IULs. And now he knows how to do IULs. He's only been in the business for a little over 3 months, maybe 4 months. All you have to do is ask. Live dials is the key. It makes things a lot easier. Get on live dials, and all you got to do is, if you have the client on the phone, unmute, okay? Make sure to run your appointment live. Everybody thinks that since there's top producers on there running appointments, that they don't need to unmute. We need everybody to unmute, especially new people, because that way we can actually hear what you're saying to the client. We can actually coach you on which policy to write, and then we can actually coach you on how to sell that policy to them. Okay? If you have a problem with underwriting, all you got to do is just say, "Sir, can I get you to hold on a second, please? I'm going to ask my senior underwriter a question," and then put them on mute, ask the question on live dials, and then unmute, and then move on down the road with the policy, right? But the more you get in the habit of asking questions, whether it's me, whether it's Drake, whether it's Josh, whether it's Jamie, bug us. That's what we're here for. Ask for help. Bug us. We may not be available. I always tell people, you can call me anytime. I may not answer the phone, but I will call you back as soon as I'm available. You can call me at 2 o'clock in the morning if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to answer the phone, but you'll be the first call that I call when I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, okay. Now, here's step number 3. We kind of already went over it a little bit. Set as many appointments as you possibly can. That's it. That's step number 3. Set as many appointments as you possibly can. Even if you don't think that that person is going to be there, or if you feel that that appointment was kind of crappy, barrel through getting through the setting appointment part, okay? Be persistent. Persistence prevails when all else fails, okay? Set as many appointments as you can. Go for 10 a day. 10 a day for 6 days a week, that's 60 appointments. 60 appointments. That's it. What if only 20% of them show up? That's still 20 appointments out of 60. And what happens if you got a 30% close rate? 30%, that's 6 policies right there. Out of 60 appointments. So the whole key is to set appointments. 85% of this business is on the phone setting appointments. 10% of this business is running the appointments. 5% of this business is product knowledge. That's it. Okay, so ask for help, set as many appointments as you can, give yourself as many chances as you possibly can, and close and practice as many times as you can by, you know, having those appointments, right? Okay. Let me see here. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, we're right on time here to start doing role play. Okay. That's all I got for you guys today. Let's do some role play. Who wants to role play first? Jim Johnson, I know you wanted to do some role play, right?
I'm unmuted now. Let's
Okay.
roll.
All right. You want to be the client or you want to be the agent?
I'll be the. I can be the agent. We'll go right for the throat.
Okay. I'm
we
gonna
go.
let somebody else be the client. Who wants to be the client? Nobody wants to be the client?
I'll raise my hand.
Okay, Hilo.
I'm the only soldier in the army.
All right. Okay, Jim, there you go, buddy.
So we doing
Yep,
we
just
setting
say
up
ring ring and then hi Salor. That's Hytham. He's gonna be the client.
No, he's asking, are we setting appointments or he's doing the script?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just gonna set appointments. The reason why I want to work on setting appointments, for one, we can get more role plays in, but number two, because the more appointments you have, the more quality, the more times you can run a policy, right?
Mhm.
More appointments you can run. So just
Okay.
set appointments and make sure you nail them down.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
So I don't have my script or anything, but let's see. We
That's
can
okay.
try this. A ring.
Hello?
Hiram. This is Jim. Just calling from the from the insurance center here in your area, and you filled out a lead form, and I was just doing a follow up with you.
What is this about again?
It's about the life insurance lead that you requested some information on life insurance.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I just wanted to see if we could set an appointment to get together to set up an appointment to
Yeah,
talk
call me
about
tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
the okay. We can so 5 o'clock. You're going to be home, or what time do you get off work? About that time?
Yeah, I get off at 5.
You get off at 5. Okay, so you'll be at home and you'll be able to take the call.
Yeah, I get off at 5.
Okay, all right. Sure. I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call at 5 tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Click.
Okay, that's
That's how it'll be sometimes,
Jim.
you know?
so we didn't get too far with that one, but
It's
No.
okay.
So,
You're just getting back though, right?
so,
what's that?
so
You're just getting back in the game?
Yeah.
It's okay. You're rusty.
first of
You
all,
just
I
gotta
want to
knock some
commend
of
you.
that rust off.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been doing. Oh, that was total. That was plowshare rust. Yes.
Well, first of all, I want to commend you for even being on here to do that, Jim. So good job.
Yeah.
The next thing though, what I want to say is you're going to want to practice your script. Okay. Do you have a script written down?
Oh, I have every script in the world. I just don't. I'm just in my car right now, and I haven't really called to make appointments in quite a long time.
Okay. So the first thing you're going to
yeah.
want to do is memorize your script. Why do you want to memorize your script? Well, because if you memorize your script and somebody takes you on an off ramp, you know right where to get back. That's the first reason. Number two is you don't sound like a robot when you're reading if you're reading your script, you sound like a robot. If you memorize it, you don't sound like a robot, right? You're just having a conversation. Right.
Yeah.
But the first thing you got to do, and this is where a lot of agents, they don't want to do it. And it's because it's like going back to high school, right? Memorizing something is work, right?
Yeah.
But if you say it 100 times out loud, here's the way you memorize it. You take the first line, say it 3 times, and then look away, say it. Take 2 lines, say it 3 times, look away, and say it. Take 4 lines, look away, say it 3 times, look away, and say it, right? You just keep adding upon it until you got your whole script memorized, right? And then write it down. And I tell everybody write it down 50 times. It's a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
But here's the reality, Jim. Here's the reality. If you take one day tomorrow and you do that, and you memorize that one script, I'm not talking about the rebuttals or anything like that. That's the next step. Okay. But you just memorize your script. It's going to be a heck of a lot easier to get on the phones and talk to people, because then you can figure out, okay, they said this, how do I get around this? Then you can learn the rebuttals as you're doing the policies, as you're on live dials, right? As you're setting appointments. But
I
the
just went
biggest-
into it. Yeah. As you heard, I went into it completely concrete cold in the winter time. Like, I haven't looked at that thing forever. So it's
All right. Well,
that-
now you know what
that's-
you got to
that
work on.
that was complete truth. So bad.
Okay.
But good, because we got the first step in. So
Yeah,
I completely lost my mind when he opened his mouth. So we're good.
that's okay. No worries. That's what we're all on here for, is to get help.
Yeah.
To practice, right? T,
Yep.
Yes.
let's go.
Okay.
You
I'm
be
an
the
agent.
Yeah, I'll be the client.
Okay.
I could be the client.
Hytham, you want to be the client?
I mean, if you want me to, that's fine.
Yeah, you can if you want.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Who's
Ring,
saying ring
ring.
ring? Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Hytham. This is my Tania. I'm giving you a call here from the Benefits Center in Wayne County. You filled out a form that talked about protecting your family with some final expense when you pass away. I got your birthday down here at 5/30/1994, and you put down your wife, Sarah, as your beneficiary. Is that
I
correct?
wish. Yes, that's correct. I wish I was 1994.
That was my birthday. Okay. Are you retired or working right now, Hytham?
Working.
Working. Okay. What time do you usually get off?
Can you tell me when did I fill this out?
Hytham, this could have been 24 hours ago. It could have been a couple months ago. We're pretty behind, so I'm kind of trying to get caught up with new people and old people right now. What was
Gotcha.
that time do you usually get off?
I get off at 5.
You get off at 5. I don't have a 5 right now, but I do have a 6:45. Does that work for you?
Yeah, what day?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? No, I have to take my wife out somewhere. Tomorrow's not good.
Okay, that's not a problem. Let me see what Friday is looking like. I still have that 6:45 for Friday, or we could push it out to 8. So 6:45 or 8, which one of those times works for Friday?
6:45 will work.
Okay. I'm going to have you grab a pen and paper. I'm going to give you this verification code. Just let me know when you get that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, verification code is 7W52. My name is Mytania. That's Mytania. I got you down for Friday at 8 p.m. Only thing I ask you is you give me about 15 minutes worth of wiggle room in this appointment. And my license number is 195-76647. Just do me a favor right now, Hytham. Let's make sure I didn't forget anything. Could you read that back? Hytham reads it back. I thank you.
Oh,
And then
okay.
and then one last thing, Hytham, I will send you a text message with all of this. The only thing I ask is you reply so I can lock your appointment in.
Well, can you tell me one thing?
Yep.
Can you tell me how much it's gonna cost?
Well, I'm not the quote person. I can't give you any prices, but when we go over during the appointment, I will be able to go over your medical and get you figured out what you may qualify for and something that is within your budget. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So it's everything's looking good. I will talk to you on Friday at 8.
Good job,
Listen.
T. Man, that was a heck of a lot better than last time.
Thank
Wow,
you.
and you did pretty good last time. So one of the things I did want to point out that you did well with is he gave you a rebuttal. You answered the rebuttal and then asked him a question.
Okay.
You took right back the control. When you ask a question, the more questions you ask, the more they're talking, right? Because they have to answer the question. But the more questions you ask, the more control you have.
Okay.
The person that asks the questions has the control in the conversation, right? And you did well on that. One thing, and you may have done this, I don't remember. I don't think you did though. Did you ask about his wife?
No, I just think I brought up her name from being on the form. I did not ask could she sit down during the appointment. I did not. I did not make sure
Did
that
you
that was
ask
going to
the
add
time she
up.
was going to be home from work?
No, it was just
Yeah.
for item.
Okay. So that's one thing that you could do on every single time. Hey, don't worry. I've done it before too. I get through the appointment, I set the appointment, I'm like, crap, I forgot to ask about the wife. And then he's like, nope, she's not going to be home. And now you gotta go and set the appointment
Reschedule.
again. Right. So we always want to make sure to clear the schedule and find out about the wife's schedule at the same time before we set the appointment. So good job though, T.
I thank you.
Fantastic.
I learned something each time, so I appreciate it.
Right on, right on. Oksana, you want to get on here? Can't hear you.
Hold on, I'm unmuted right now.
There you go.
Sorry, I've been joining you guys for such a long time and I've been enjoying these, but I haven't been able to open my face because it's always like doctor's appointments, little ones and stuff like that. But
Sure.
yeah, I don't mind getting some feedback and practicing because I've been in
Absolutely.
Medicare business for such a long time. But I would appreciate feedback on
Yeah.
the side of an agent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we do this for, right? Is to help each other out and get better at setting appointments. So,
Oh
okay,
yeah, absolutely.
I'll let you be the agent. Nacho, you want to be the client?
Not
Can you hear
just
me?
probably.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. Nacho,
All
go
right.
ahead, Oksana.
So most of my clients are, on disability or 65 and older, and we kind of pre-sell them over the phone without them knowing about it. And this is the great script that I stuck to over the years that helped me schedule tons of appointments. On the
Okay.
first day of being an agent, I was able to book 8 appointments. And so that was great. But it can be
Awesome.
modified to anybody else, but I'm just not confident to working with just life insurance and not being part of Medicare, and that's where I lack confidence.
Okay.
But here's what I usually do, like ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Oksana. I'm a local Medicare agent here in Spokane. Um, I'm a specialist with Mutual of Omaha here in Spokane. Like, if you're working for a company, but I usually say, hi, this is Oksana. I'm a local agent here in Spokane, and I named the city that the client is from. So the reason for my call today is I recently mailed you information on changes in Medicare and how it affects your long-term care. I'm putting something together for you. I'm putting some additional information, and I have a couple of quick questions to ask you. What is your current age?
Hold on, what's this for again?
This is something that I mailed you earlier, and you requested some more information on changes in Medicare and how it affects your long-term care. So I'm just putting some additional information, and in order for me to do that, I'm kind of doing my homework, but I wanted to ask you a couple of quick questions. What is your current age? Were you looking for something for just yourself or yourself and someone else?
Just for me. Just
Just
for
for
me.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I have you as age 64, turning 65 in about half a year.
Yeah, I hate that.
Okay, perfect. And just for you, okay, are you married, single, divorced?
Well, I've been divorced. I've been divorced for like 4 years. So it's actually
Okay,
separated, but still married. Yeah.
okay, not a problem. Washington State is a community property, so we have to ask these kind of things when it comes to any kind of insurance.
Oh,
So I also get a lot of questions about how Medicare covers wheelchairs, walkers, oxygen. Do you use any of those things?
no, I'm pretty healthy.
That's great. Awesome. I also get a lot of questions about Parkinson's, kidney dialysis, Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes. Do you suffer from anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay, awesome. And how would you say your health has been in the last 3 years? Any hospital stays? No overnights?
No. But how long is this gonna take though? Because I gotta go.
Oh, I only have a couple of questions. We're almost done. It's just for, I don't want to throw up on you with all this information. I just want to see what applies to you so that you get what you wanted. Are you currently taking any medications? I don't need to know all the details. I just want to see what they're generally for.
No, I'm pretty healthy as a dog.
Okay, perfect. And last but not least, does the state help you with any of your living expenses like food stamps, housing, anything like that?
No, I mean I do guess a little bit of what do you call it? Some of those food cars. But that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. Well, thank you for taking time to answer these questions for me. I really appreciate it. That will help me out a lot. I'm going to be spending this afternoon putting this information together for you, and I will provide that to you. Um, I'm going to be working in your area within the next couple of days. Do you prefer morning or afternoon?
Let's do in the morning, it'll be better.
Morning. Okay, I have tomorrow 9 o'clock, or I have Friday, uh, 3 p.m.
Tomorrow's fine.
Okay, 9 o'clock tomorrow will work.
Yeah. Can we do
Okay.
9:30?
9:30. Okay. I will squeeze you in at 9:30 tomorrow, and I have your address as 934 East Clark Street. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And what color is your house? Is that house or is that apartment?
It's a house, it's a blue house.
Okay, awesome. I will see you tomorrow at 9:30. I'm looking forward to helping you then.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that's different, obviously, right? So that just proves right there that everybody's a little bit different. You can still set appointments on any way you do it, right? Especially if you have confidence and you go through the whole script without sounding like you're reading from a script, right? Does that make
I know.
sense?
If I
So
wasn't videotaped, that would be
yeah,
easier.
I
Apply the
noticed you
same
were at the
energy.
very beginning, but then you kind of like got on with it without reading from a script, right? But here's what I would do. Do you ever get people that don't show for the appointment?
Um, Very rarely. Honestly, I don't use the script a lot anymore because I'm so used to 100% referral. through Medicare. And
Okay.
so it helps me pre-sell and deviate into life insurance, because when I ask, have you done anything for your final expenses? And that just, tells me what they would qualify for if they are using oxygen wheelchairs or walkers, or they have like all those questions that I asked about, like Parkinson's disease. Like I get a lot of questions about Parkinson's and, kidney dialysis, Alzheimer's. Do you suffer from any of those? It's like not necessarily blaming them for being unhealthy and the psychology behind it. But a lot of times, like if I don't have somebody show up, it's usually like I had a client that didn't show up, but they rescheduled. They called me later.
Okay.
Or
Okay. So you get a lot of them that are based off of referrals from your other clients.
yes, it just I think within 5 seconds they can determine whether you're a legitimate person or not. If they feel that confidence on the phone, it's hard to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever catch anybody? So do you ever call anybody that is like from leads, or do you get all kinds of referrals?
That's my problem. I'm so used to 100% referral. I'm not used to rejections and
Yeah.
people hanging up or cursing me out. And so that happens a lot in life insurance, but I want to get back to that. I don't have that thick skin anymore. Of course I do. I'm
Okay.
Oh,
not
you're
an
gonna love
exception.
it.
So
You're gonna
you're
love it.
so your concern, so what you're trying to do is learn how to set appointments for life insurance.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm starting to figure it out here, because I was like, if you're getting referrals and you're using that script and it's working for you, you don't have to change anything. But for life insurance, and if you're calling leads, you're going to have a lot of people that are like, I'm picking up my kid from school. Call me back later. Click. You know what? I'm shopping right now. I can't talk right now. Can you call me tomorrow? Click.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes,
so,
I went through a lot of that.
yes. So the key is when you're setting appointments in life insurance is to keep it short. Okay, keep it as short as possible. 1, 2, 3 minute conversation. Don't ask them. Now, you're going to have to fill out your person on the other line, right? I mean, if you hear the TV in the background, they're probably sitting their butt in the chair watching TV. They're not shopping around, right? So you can start asking some of those questions if you feel comfortable with it, like some of the health questions, right? Then it kind of saves a little bit of time for the appointment, right? But the reality of it is if you're going to spend 10 minutes setting an appointment for everybody that you call, you're not going to set as many appointments, right? And
Right.
so what our goal on setting appointments in life insurance is to just set the appointment and then nail down the appointment. And so the type of posture that you want to have is, look, I got tons of appointments on my schedule and I'm too busy, but I want to help you out. Okay, we're backed up, we're too busy. I really want to help you out. And the only times I have available, I mean, you get home at 4:30. What time's your wife get home? 3 o'clock. Okay. I don't even have a 4:30. I can squeeze you in at 5 o'clock though, or I can do a 7:30. Is that too late for you? No, 7:30 will be fine. Okay, perfect. Do me a favor. Grab a pen and paper. By law, I need to give you my state license number since we're doing this over the phone. So they grab their pen and then you say, okay, my name is Sean Simpson. My license number is 1234567. By the way, write down your appointment at 7:30, and then right next to it, put down important. Important. I always say it twice, right? Now, I don't care if they throw away that paper. They can toss it. But the reason why I had them write it down is because why do we write down our goals? Because it sinks into our brain, right? And when we write it down, our brain is slowing down to think of the words that we're writing down. And the last thing I had him write down, and that I said twice, was important. Important, right? So now he's got the appointment written down and it says important to it. Then what I'm going to do is, because I'm setting a lot of appointments, I'm also building posture, building credibility. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to say, look, I need to ask you a favor. Can you give me like a 15 to 30-minute window on both sides of that appointment? I may be running just a tad bit late because I have 7, 8, 9 appointments ahead of you, right? I have 8, 9 appointments ahead of you. I'm just kind of acting like I'm thinking, right? I'm not really counting. I'm just acting like I'm counting, right? I have 9 appointments ahead of you, so I may be running just a tad bit late. But if I do get done a little bit early, I may call you just a tad bit early. Is that okay? Yes, you can call me early. So the reason why I asked that question is because the last thing I want them to tell me before I get off the phone is, yes, you can call me early, right? Now they just told me I can call them. And a lot of times they'll tell me, yes, you can call me. I'll be home for the rest of the night. Okay, no problem, right? So the whole purpose is to, instead of selling the life insurance, we want to sell the appointment, right? And we want to try to keep it as short as possible so we can get as many calls in as possible so that we can book as many appointments as possible.
Well, in that case, I had a statement that I memorized that really helped me out, and hopefully somebody will benefit through this too. Because when they ask you, why do you, I don't want to buy anything, you can't sell me anything, and you know, I already have insurance. And so in that case, I just say, that's great. I'm not there to change anything or sell you, especially if you already have something in place. Big part of my job is to educate people on their rights, entitlements, and options to state, federal, and private programs. So in that case, you'll be able to make your own decisions instead of having somebody sell you. And so that's how I get my foot in the door to overcome, you know, some of the objections. But when it comes to setting an appointment for life insurance, to me, it's like, I don't, I'm so used to Medicare that it just ruined that side of the business for me completely. And I feel like, oh, they don't believe in it. There's nothing I can do. And even if I do end up selling them something, they're going to cancel it a month later.
So here's the reality. For one, you got to get that belief out of your head, because if you believe that, you're not going to go anywhere, right? You have to understand that this is life insurance, and if you believe that everybody should have life insurance, then you can portray that to your clients, right? But is it a tougher sale? Yeah, that's why the highest commission is paid in any insurance industry. The highest commission is paid with life insurance. And the reason why is because it's a tougher sale, right? I mean, people are paying a monthly premium. I mean, in Medicare, they have to have some kind of health insurance. Everybody does. And they don't want to go without it because that's a big bill, right? Health insurance, the same way. Car insurance, they got to do it by law. They have to have insurance, right? Homeowners insurance, they don't want their house to burn down, so they got to have it. But in life insurance, they get a piece of paper, a packet of papers, and they're paying a monthly charge for that, right? But that piece of paper, that contract that they have with the carrier, could be the value of their house, could be a choice of the family splitting up because there's not enough money in the family if the loved one dies, right? So and that's kind of the way you got to sell it to them. A lot of times when I get done with the call, I'll explain to them that, look, I want you to think about it like this. This isn't just a $300 payment that you're paying, okay? This is a $250,000 house that you're saving from it going back to the bank, and now you get to keep it in your family, and your family gets to make choices on, do they want to live there? Do they want to rent it out for an income producing property? Or do they want to fix it up and sell it and get full equity from it and split it among your family? Okay.
I should write that down. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
so
not
that
a payment.
document isn't just a $300 payment. It's a house, right? And so when you help them understand and think about it that way, then now they think, okay, I mean, they have less chance of canceling.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh,
They're not
that's
gonna.
great. Thank you.
So I mean, it's all about the value you build with it, right? But you want to do that while you're selling the policy, while you're helping that client get protected, right? At the very, very beginning, you want to focus on just setting the appointments. If they ask you, how much is it? I don't know. That's a great question. I'll let you know at the time of our appointment because it's all based off of age and health. I don't have too much time available because I got a full schedule tomorrow, but I can squeeze you in at 5:30 or 7 o'clock. Which one of those best fits you? 5:30. Your wife's going to be home at that time too, right? No, she won't be home until 6:30. Okay, so let's put you down at 7 o'clock. Do me a favor, grab a pen and paper. By law, I need to give you my state license number. Okay, I got a pen. Okay, my name's Sean Simpson. My license number is 123-456-789. And by the way, write down the appointment at 7 o'clock. Okay, right next to it, put down important. Important. Okay, make sure to have a pen and paper handy because I'm going to go over some important information that you're definitely going to want to write down. Okay, and then I need to ask you a favor. Okay, Oksana, I may be running a tad bit late. So I'm going to ask you to give me like a 15 to 30-minute window on both sides of that appointment, just in case I'm running a tad bit late. I got about 8 and 9 appointments ahead of you. But if I do get done a little bit early, I'll call you a tad bit early. Is that okay? Yes, that's okay. Great. I'll see you tomorrow at 7. You have a wonderful evening. God bless. Hang up the phone. They just told me, last thing they said was, yes, you can call me.
That is so great. Do you guys sell a lot over the phone or most of you in person? I know that there was more and more agents switching to over the phone. What is it right now?
So I do everything over the phone these days, unless they live like 2 blocks away. Then I'll go visit them. But why? Because I can help more families that way. I used to run all in-home last year, all the way till about September. Then I kind of transferred to telesales, and I would kind of sprinkle some telesales in there. But I found out that I was driving around the city, and I live in Omaha. There's not that many people in Omaha compared to like Chicago or LA. And still it's a half an hour, 45 minutes just to get to another house. That's drive time in between there. So that's appointments that I could have with helping other clients. So telesales is a little bit different, but here's the reality. Whatever you want in life, whatever you want to do in life, you got to learn how to do it anyways. So if you really want to learn telesales, then do it, right? Then take the action and do it. And take massive, massive, massive imperfect action, and you're going to grow. You're going to fail, but you're going to grow. That's how we grow, is when we fail. When we fall off the bike, we learned, okay, don't turn the bike that way because I'm going to fall off, right? And so the more you get good at it, the better you get. You're going to learn different intricacies that fit you and fit your style of selling and fit your style of helping clients. And you'll learn what to say. And all of a sudden, I mean, you'll be on live dials doing a telesale appointment. We'll hear you and we can help you. But then you're going to get so good that we're going to hear you and we're going to be like, ooh, I need to take that from Oksana because I need to say that in my next one. Right? And that's just the way it works. We all learn from each other. Right? I learn from new people. And I've been in sales for over 30 years. But I still learn from new people because it's just that one little nugget that they say that works for them. And I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to use that. Right?
Back to basics.
Back to basics. Absolutely.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.